You ready, cuz?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, welcome to Just Kicking It with Ramsey. I am he with whom you kick it. Not the one with whom you kick. I have with me our residential expert on a whole bunch of shit. Mr. Terrence is in the building. Literally, dude.
In the building.
He is literally in the building.
Literally.
Literally. How you say it? You him.
Literally.
He is literally in the building. Literally. Okay, all right. Okay, so listen. We got started a little late, so we're gonna have to skip 5 good minutes tonight. And the main event, cause I know we gonna get a chance to discuss this, but I want to talk about who's responsible for who.
Who's responsible for who?
Who is responsible for who? Was it whom? There's a whom in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So where did the M go? Is it on the first who or the second? Is it who's responsible for whom?
Whom.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
So
it won't be a Dr. Seuss nursery rhyme about the who. Yeah.
Okay, we are having some technical difficulties tonight, so the only way to see us tonight is on our live feed. I apologize to all our radio listeners. Well, I will later when I put this on the air.
Yeah, we're sorry ahead of time.
Yes. Okay, you're going to have to lean back so tilt that mic down. So tilt the camera down this way. Now I can see you. Okay, all right. Straight out of Attica. I mean.
Oh, my Attica.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. There's not really a lot going on in sports. KD opted out, which everybody was expecting him to do. They still put him in line to get right, like I think it's 280 from the Warriors, over like a 4 or 5 year deal. The Lakers got Anthony Davis. They gave up everybody. But now I heard they just did a trade, so now they actually have enough cap space for 3 max contract. Now,
who's gonna be number 3?
Well, it ain't gonna be Leonard. He's pretty much going to LA. That's pretty much a done deal. So Kawhi's going to LA. He's going to the Clippers. That's pretty much done. So let's take him off the list.
Why?
Now the big rumor is that KD and Kyrie are going to wind up in Brooklyn, which is stupid to me.
Right. First of all, that's a smaller market. That's not even. Why? Why Brooklyn?
Because unlike the Lakers, only thing
Jay-Z got ownership.
No. Unlike the Lakers, the Nets only need stars. They have role players.
Okay.
Now, Brooklyn Nets is the Celtics last year without them hating on Kyrie. Only thing they need is that go-to guy to be a contender.
Okay.
But here's the thing that I think people are missing. If they get another superstar in LA and they win the title next season, how is this not the same shit with KD and Golden State?
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as LeBron saying, I'm taking talents, South Beach, play with Dwayne, Chris, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. That shit. It's the same thing as that. I mean, ain't no different. I mean, but look, think about all of the teams that have won championships.
Right.
Just about all of them have the same dynamic. You have more than one go-to guy.
Right.
That can get their own shot, that can create their own offense. And then everybody else is a role player. And everybody has a consistency to maintain as a role player.
Right.
When you fail to have that consistency as a role player, like in a couple of these last championship series, Andre Iguodala only had one good game.
Right.
Yeah, 27 points, something like that.
Yeah, but I think the downfall of the Warriors this year was Klay Thompson. I don't think they'd have lost that game, the first game, if Klay would have played. If he hadn't got hurt. And I damn sure don't think they would have won Game 6. I think it would have been a 7-game series.
Okay.
Because the bottom line is, no motherfucking body on the team could stop Steph.
I mean, what was that? The little half-breed's name? His name Van Fleet?
Yeah.
Van Vliet or whatever his name was. I mean, he gave a good effort of as anybody I've seen play against Steph, but I mean, still he went off for 46 one night or some shit like that.
You know what? This right here, this just hit me. Isn't what happened with the Golden State Warriors evidence for KD to stay with the Warriors? Because you see what happens to a team that has one good player.
Right. And they've got several good players. But, again, the role players, the inconsistency there. You know, DeMarcus Cousins, very pedestrian effort, except for one game.
The dude just came back off injury again. He took that Chris Paul role.
I mean, I get it, but still, as a role player, we don't need you to go out there and get 2 rebounds.
Right.
And turn the ball over 9 times. That's not what we need from you as a role player.
Right.
We need for you, at the very minimum, hold on to the fucking ball.
I get that. I can't argue that.
Go to somebody on your team, Draymond. And again, and Draymond, he is one of those elite players. To me, I mean, he's an energy guy. He ain't going to score you 30 points. But he going to give you defense, tenacity. He going to rebound, and he going to turn the ball over, evidently. So,
all right. So, like I said, this to me is really the best time in the NBA. Cause see, I like money and business. So to see these guys willing and dealing, it really is exciting for me. The one thing that I was excited about, and then when I saw what happened with it, I was like, what the fuck was the Hawks? I was excited to hear that they was moving up in the draft. But then, like I said, if the first thing they say about a player is he's a great defensive player,
yeah, I mean, that's cool. He should be playing for the Falcons.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm just saying,
he will have a bigger impact.
We need scorers. We need people that can put the ball in the basket.
Well,
consistently.
No, I think with Collins, who's a high flyer, and Trae Young knocking out them threes, we need a middleman. We need a Klay Thompson type. We need a motherfucker that can kill your ass from 15 and 20 feet. Just, like I've said, and I was finally proven wrong with what happened after Houston. But I always thought the Hawks should have went after Carmelo Anthony. Even when it was, when it was, what was the dude name with the damn birthmark in his head? Schroeder. Even when it was Schroeder and Millsap, I still thought they should have went out because the one thing the Hawks haven't had since Dominique is a pure scorer.
Yeah, and Carmelo is that.
Yeah,
and he can
You know.
He can score when he wants to.
Yeah, just a motherfucker that, hey, look, dude, just go give us 4. You ain't even got to run down on the other side.
He stay healthy though.
Well, yeah, that's what we find out in Houston. That his time is.
Yeah, he gonna be good through the off season and the beginning of the season. After that, what happened?
So it's a wrap.
Carmelo wasn't playing? Yeah, he played. He played the first 4 games.
It's a wrap after that.
Out the rest of the season. He missed all the last season and this one too, except for the first 4 games.
Okay, next up, we gonna move from sports and go right into film and TV talk, because I got a question that's just pissing me off. What's wrong with being fucking successful? I found out that 2 shows are on their way out. Well, 3 shows on their way out, but one of them I understand. This is going to be the last season for Madam President, which has always been in my top 5. This is the last season for Suits, which I still think one of the fucking smartest damn shows on the internet, on television. And I just found out a couple of weeks ago, this is the last season of Power. And I'm like, now with Power, they're actually talking about continuing stories. So I'm sitting here like, then why don't you continue Power? So
somebody else is gonna get a little spin-off show.
Yeah.
We don't want that. All right, so everybody that's listening and everybody that counts, Omari, 50, whoever else y'all got up there writing this script, don't do that. Yeah, I mean, look, y'all got a good product,
right?
Why water it down with
why
sideshow of what it's,
I mean, it's not like I said. I think the best thing they did with Power is when they locked him up, and when they locked him up, then that opened up the storyline for all these other different characters.
Right.
I think that's the reason it's a #1 show today.
And then he comes back, and all of these other characters are eliminated.
No, I think they did a good job of merging and keeping the shit going.
Oh yeah,
there was a couple of places where I was like, "Come on."
Yeah, I mean, it was like, when he killed his son, that was, I guess that was to build the character, of Kanan. Like, but this nigga right here,
right?
This is a nigga right here,
right.
These niggas just killed his own kid, and then when Raina got killed, was actually that shit hit me like it happened to my own kid.
Right.
I was like, no, not the baby. These motherfuckers been.
Well, see, I said that they fucked up when they killed off Kanan, because I said then you were only left with one other story. The story arc could only go one way, and that was Ghost versus Tommy.
Right.
Which is just fucked up, because the whole point has been that even though Ghost is trying to get out of this life, he ain't gonna leave his boy hanging.
Right.
So when they did that, I didn't think they would run. I didn't think they would end it, but I was expecting it to take a dip. But here's the thing that I'm talking about. Law and Order, 22 fucking years. But I mean 20 years. Bonanza, 20 fucking years.
I caught my granddaddy watching that shit the other day. I was like, Granddaddy, seriously? We were still slaves then when they were running this show. We wasn't even on TV then.
What I'm saying is,
fuck, man, come on.
What happened to running as long as you can run? I
don't know, because Ice-T don't get with about 6 lines per episode now. Look, they called about the body. That's it. That's his whole line for the whole fucking show.
And that's like they did with Suits. Now, granted, I don't understand how, because she got married and became a princess, that meant you can't work anymore. I don't, but hey, look, if they gonna pay your bills, I ain't mad at you. But they did a great job continuing the story. They brought in they brought they made a feature extra, a regular, and they brought in the guy from New Orleans that was on The Wire, the guy that played the detective, the short fat Wendell, and they brought in I think her name is Kirga Sewich. They brought those three people in, and they kept the shit going, and it worked. And then they like, oh well, this season is the last. I'm like, then why the fuck didn't you? Why did you go through?
Right. Why go get all of these other people? Why go do all of this to build this storyline up for y'all to just say, all right, that's it.
Right.
That's it. No more. No more ideas.
You had it working. It was working for you. So why in the hell would you just? But now here's the thing about Suit. I'm kind of happy. Well, it's like twofold. I'm sad to see the show go because I think they're ending it when there's still a lot of story that could be told. But the producers of Suit, they're the same one that's producing Jessica Pearson, the story about the black lady that used to run the firm. You know, now everybody that's always talking about positive black roles and fucking like that. If you're not watching Jessica Pearson this summer, fuck you, because she's a powerful.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, and I meant that shit. If
you meant that shit.
I meant if you're not watching this show, if you're not supporting this, I don't give a fuck if you don't watch it. If you don't have one of your TVs on this damn show, fuck you, because this is every motherfucking thing we asked for in a row. She's a leading lady. She's smart. She's powerful. You can't fuck with her, and she's in love and dedicated to a black man.
That's what I'm talking about. I was just finna ask was she fucking the white president this time.
So
no hate on what's her name?
Scandal. Fuck that shit. That to me still is the most disrespectful role I've ever seen a black woman play.
And you know, it was like, I remember when that show first came out, and you know, I'm like, why are you watching this?
Now I watched the first episode because I'm trying to support. And when I saw the story in the first episode, I was like, okay, so if this is just for this episode, I will continue watching it. Because I saw how it fell into the first episode. Because she was called in to fix this situation.
To fix it, right.
Right, to fix this situation with this girl claiming she had slept with the president. Right. And she was like, I know he ain't lying because I slept with him.
Right.
You know, so if that was for that episode, I'd have still watched it. But then to find out that you this most powerful motherfucking woman in Washington, D.C., when you walk in the room, senators shaking they damn $500 damn wafers, and every time this white man drop his draw, you can't stop sucking his dick. No. I can't.
Yeah, we can't give you the black power salute on that.
Hell no. I can't do it with that one. Like I said, I think that's one of the most disrespectful fucking roles that I've seen a black woman play.
I think that's right up there with Monsters Ball. Halle. I mean, like, she played Dorothy Dandridge.
Right.
Not even motherfucking Oscar nod. Not even an honorable mention.
Right.
About Dorothy Dandridge. But as long as she's a damn crack whore, letting this white man jump up and down on top of her, you know what? Go ahead and get this bitch out. Fuck it. That was a hell of a performance she put in.
Alright, so what we got next? So again, I like I said, man, I'm conflicted because I really don't understand what is wrong with allowing these shows to do what they do.
Maintenance. I mean, and you got to think about the scheduling demands of some of the other actors and actresses that are on the show. They take on other roles, other things become important. You can't get everybody in on the scene or on the shot.
Then I will replace your ass.
But I mean, then that takes reconstructing a whole lot to replace one person sometimes.
Bro, they brought in 3 different damn wives on 3 different husbands on Bewitched, and nobody knew the difference.
That was before you had social media. That was before you had,
That's what all the white boy really did look like.
For real. Damn, 3?
3. Yeah, there was 2 Beckys on Roseanne and nobody knew till the article came out about it. Like, I'm just saying, man, I don't see a problem with if you have a successful show, letting that shit be successful.
Right.
Just let the shit live. But again, now Madam Secretary, I get it. She can't keep being Madam Secretary.
Not anymore.
Right? Y'all ran 4 years ago, and I like the way they did it, where the Democrat and the Republicans was pissed off. The Democrats didn't support the president, so he ran as an independent and he won the office again. I ain't nothing wrong with that. I love the way they did that. But yeah, at this point, you're not going to bring her in and have the next person come in and just keep her in that role as Madam Secretary. So, I don't know. And again, the reason why I want them to do something with it is because it's Morgan Freeman. This is his show. So I don't know exactly what they're going to do after the end of this one, or crank up or do some, totally new along that vein. But I hope he picks something up with that. But man, I can't. I mean, I'm so irritated with Power. I don't give a fuck what the next thing is. I might not even just watch. I might not watch because I don't understand why you cutting this off. You fucked up. Let's admit it. It's like, remember New York Undercover?
Mm-hmm.
And when they had the Ice-T thing going,
yep.
And like then in like episode 3, they killed him off. And everybody like, so I wonder what else is on TV.
They went straight into, matter of fact, that was their last season. Oh, no, that was the next their last season.
No, that was the next their last season, because they brought in the girl and yeah. They made it all about him and her fucking. So, but that's what I'm saying here, man, is that I think that if it was me, well, it is me, because I take Ghost for instance. My goal was 6 seasons with Ghost. I'm only on 3. And the reason being is that what Ghost does is so in the box. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can only blackmail so many motherfucking people.
Right. Until
right.
Okay, where the fuck can I live now? I gotta have a bed and a roof and shit. Where can I live?
Right.
Without,
Yeah, at some point, at some point it becomes repetitive.
Some John Wick shit happening to me. Like, this motherfucker come, look, I need a favor, need that favor, and no, take it back. I don't wanna take it back.
So that's the thing that's going on, with TV talk, is that I don't understand why in the hell you are cutting your own fucking throat, with these shows. I mean, Power is a good show. You only been number 1
since it came out.
No, don't lie. 2 seasons ago? No, it became interesting 2 seasons ago. They was number 1 last season.
Okay.
And now you're about to
pull the plug
on it. But you're going, oh no, we're going to stay in the Power world. We're going to stay in the universe. We're going to do other shit.
Mm-mm. Like what?
Bruh,
Look, you can't have a fucking show based on Tasha and T doing a damn thing.
You know what? That's a very good question. What the hell are you going to do?
Where are you going with this? Where are you going with the next show? Didn't Angela just get shot?
Right.
In the last episode?
Right.
So the rest of the shit is going to be about Ghost nursing her back to health?
But if you're going to keep Ghost, then you might as well keep Power.
Right. There's no point in not having Power and Tommy and all his shit. And
okay, I can see a spinoff with Tommy. I'll give you that. I can see a spinoff with Tommy.
They just they just did a movie called White Boy Rick.
Yeah.
That's Tommy's spinoff right there. They've already done it. So
but of all the characters that's still alive,
Yeah, but I mean,
I can only see a spinoff with Tommy. Because even if you kill Ghost, let's say at the end of the season you kill Ghost, who the fuck gonna want to watch Tyreek try to be Ghost?
nobody.
Right.
That's the whole thing. We don't watch. Look, we done already seen you. All right, so you killed Ray Ray. But you still not about that life though, Reed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You still not like you're not about that life.
Right.
You got your sister killed. Now he might have some demons. He might have to exercise, but I don't see him going no further than.
And again, the story don't play because they trying to paint him as this thug from upper class New York. It just doesn't work.
Right. You got a doorman and a butler. You got a fucking thug with a doorman. Stop it. If a motherfucker got to get buzzed up and your front door is the elevator, she ain't no thug. Stop, man.
Oh.
You're not a gangster.
Clearly you're not a gangster.
Clearly.
All right, so we're going to take our break and we're going to come back with our main event. And tonight, in the main event, we're going to answer the question, who is responsible for whom? I get that right?
Generationally.
Oh no, bro! This you should have been on Facebook yesterday. It was amazing. All right, we'll be right back. This is just kicking it.
Who is responsible for whom?
Yeah.
Well, I always pat my pockets and say, "Ain't."
Okay. Everybody, welcome back to Just Kicking It with Ramsey. I am he with whom you kick it, not the one with whom you kick. Of course, I have with me our residential expert,
on
Mr.
a
Terrence.
whole bunch of shit.
Is in the building.
The residential expert on a whole bunch of shit. Many subjects. You know. Or just ask me a question. Ask me anything. I'll give you my expert opinion on it.
May not know anything about it, but
I might not know shit about it.
But you give your expert opinion.
I never said I was right. But I am a fucking expert.
Why you ready to run for office? Okay, all right. So here's the thing.
Look, they tried to convince Donald Trump about fucking climate control by taking him outside and saying, "Look, there's the sun." To which Donald Trump said, "Well, that didn't prove anything." And they said, "Well, it's the sun." I mean, what do you mean it doesn't prove anything?
Right.
And he's like, "Well, what is it doing? It's just up there." You know, so if you was never through with Donald Trump before then, like, you know, just think about that when you're voting. That motherfucker said he was wanting to talk to the president of Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm. He didn't.
Like, bitch, that's you. Stupid motherfucker, but. I'm just saying, think about these things when y'all get ready to go to the polls.
Right.
You know, some of this shit this motherfucker done said, man, this shit ain't all the way right, bro. You know, somebody need to be, like, we need to be checking on, like the mental health. You know, we talked about mental health, and you know how all these undiagnosed motherfuckers run around here. You give little Timmy them that dope at 5 because the teacher said, "Oh, little Timmy can't learn," and then little Timmy turned into Big Timmy.
Right.
At 25, he's a total monster.
All right. So yesterday, and I didn't ask permission to do this, so I'm not gonna give out names, but I'm gonna say Brother A put out a post. This gentleman. Now let me set this up like this. I've never met the guy personally. I have interacted with him because he said he wanted to do a radio thing. Now, what he's trying to do is obtain funding for a youth center here in Jacksonville. Real positive brother. You know, I ain't never at one time seen him not be positive. You know.
Okay.
And someone recommended me to him when he was talking about, getting into radio, doing a radio show. Right. You know. So he put a post up yesterday of 4 professional people, black people, dressed to the nine, going out to celebrate at a Juneteenth gala.
Okay.
All right. And pretty much what he said in his post was, you're in this position of influence, but you ain't doing shit with it. And bro, it lit off a firestorm.
I bet it did.
It literally lit off a firestorm. Because, first of all, everybody started jumping on him, saying things like, how do you know what they're not doing, and who are you to come at them, and why would you post something like that, And then, you have these, I don't know what to call these people that they think by jumping on the bandwagon, like somebody's gonna pick them up and run with them. Like I retweet everything Beyonce said. So one day Beyonce gonna come to my door and say, "Hey, come be my best friend and live in my mansion." These motherfuckers. So now they jump on my brother. They jump on this brother too. And everybody's attacking him, right?
Right.
So I post, and first of all, just for qualification, I let them know about Spike Hill Production and what we're doing as far as reaching out and helping people, get into film, television, and radio. And then I say to them, we have some of the brightest and most positive people in here going back and forth. For what? Why? What is the argument?
What's the point?
What's the point?
Right.
I say everybody need to take a pause, go to your Nutricona, and reread these comments. And you will find that both of y'all are fighting on the same damn side of the battlefield.
Right. Y'all saying the same thing.
And
you mad because he's saying it from the right, and he mad because he's saying it from the left.
But you both were acknowledging the same shit. Only thing he was saying, which is the same shit I said about Oprah, why I don't fuck with Oprah, is that if you're in a position of influence, then you should be doing some shit. And if you're not doing some shit, then don't take the praise. See, there's no reason to stand up and applaud fucking Oprah Winfrey. Because when Oprah was, first of all, the OWN network is not owned by Oprah no more. She's a majority shareholder. It's owned by the Discovery Channel, the Discovery Network. That's the reason why it's still there. Because they bought out the debt.
Okay.
But the thing that people have still to grasp is that before, when it was Oprah's, Oprah didn't put shit on for us.
Nah, she kept that shit on for no white women.
Right.
I was just talking about no white women today.
But now I sit here and I watch people just applaud and applaud, and I'm like, do you know Oprah don't give a fuck about y'all? Her actions said she didn't give a fuck. The only time she picked up the phone is when investors start leaving her ass. And then she called Tyler, like, Tyler, could you bring a couple of niggers over here? And now she's a billionaire.
See, black people fuck with Oprah. based on her being Miss Sophia. That's it. That's the only reason we were fucking with Oprah in the first place. But because, Sophia. The show is a pretty name. I mean, but past that, like her shows, even with the Oprah Winfrey show, of course I never was a fan because I'm not a fan of most television. But I felt like she was reaching across too many aisles. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to say, I'm just doing this for black folks. I ain't trying to exclude y'all.
I don't have a problem with Oprah Winfrey as a businesswoman because she never hid her hand. I have a problem with you accepting this praise as a champion of black people because you're not.
Yeah, you're right.
You're far from it.
Now she did swing on the white lady in the movie. Would you like to work for me,
bruh? You far.
Hell no.
You far from being a damn champion for black folks. Nothing about your history says you're a champion of black folks. When you decided to damn build a school, you took your motherfucking money all the way to fucking Africa. Like you ain't from fucking Chicago.
They don't need no schools in Chicago. Tell you what them niggas don't need. They don't need no more bullets in Chicago. Take them niggas bullets.
But this brings me back to the question that I want to discuss tonight on the main event. And that is, okay, who is responsible here? Because I understand where my man was coming from. And I told him that. I said, I understand you being frustrated. Because you're out here scratching and fighting, trying to put together money for this youth center. And then you see other people just smiling in front of the fucking camera and getting praised like they doing some shit. Now, everybody, of course, came back, oh, well, this law firm is doing this, and this law firm is doing that, and this law firm is doing it, and this is my position with that. It's like I said, like this is my equivalent to that. Because they say the same shit about celebrities. Oh, you don't know what celebrities are doing. Okay, you're right. You're right. I don't know what celebrities are doing, but check this scenario. You can be the greatest motherfucking doctor in the world. The greatest. I mean, every time you put your hands on a motherfucker, it's damn near miraculous. A motherfucker can fall in front of you shot, bleeding out. Until you put your motherfucking hands on him, your credentials don't mean shit. So if we don't see your work, yeah, it's not there.
Right.
And that's the point that I think that this gentleman was making. He was like, you all dressed to the nine and shit, but are you in the fight?
It's like, one time when I was a journalist writing for this paper called the Sankofa Courier, I went to, and I told this story before, I went to the Martin Luther King Commemoration Association.
Right.
I didn't even know this shit existed. I had been in this city for at least 9-10 years, and when I showed up, these were all educators. These are all people that I have seen through the years in school, and then I know some of their children because these are my classmates,
right,
and underclassmen, and things like that. So I see a lot of familiar faces, but I don't ever remember anything about. There's no fucking way this could be the 13th annual. Because that means every year. Y'all been doing this shit every year.
At least for 12.
For at least 12 years you've been doing this shit. So I'm trying to figure out where in the fuck I've been for 12 years. I've been right here.
Right.
What y'all do? Like, y'all ain't broken nigga off no free wild adventure tickets or nothing. Like, y'all, what are y'all actually doing?
Right.
Like, passing out awards. Here's the award for this. Here's the award for that. And I'm like, ironically, I don't see any of y'all's children here in support of this. But to add insult to injury, the new sitting president of the local NAACP chapter was there.
Right.
I had just interviewed him, a week ago.
Right.
Not one time did this brother's name get mentioned. Not one time. But this is the Martin Luther King Commemoration Association Gala, 13th annual. I'm trying to, So when I write about it, when I write my piece on it, of course, there was a little backlash saying that I must have, or somebody said, I must have been high. And I'm like, you know what? I probably was. That ain't got shit to do with what the fuck y'all was out there doing.
Right.
Passing out trophies and shit for nothing.
Right.
Like, where is the work? Where's the proof of all of this shit y'all claim that y'all about? Because all I see, all I hear is lip service.
I'm going to tell you something. I haven't told anybody about this. I went to a NAACP meeting here in Jacksonville. I did. This was this was around the time that the little girl got shot down there at the bottom of Matthews Bridge, the drive-by, and they shot in the house, and it hit the little girl. No, the girl was in the car, and they hit the little girl.
Right.
They wasn't aiming at her; they was aiming at the house, and she was in a car seat or something like that, some kind of way like that.
Wow.
And she got hit in the head. So I went to this meeting, New World Society, Marcus, Steve, I went to this meeting and I sat here and I'm listening to all these pompous brothers. This is Bishop so and so from so and so, and this is Reverend so and so from so and so. It's about 15, 20 guys in there, and you're right. I was probably, and it's about 5 years ago. I was probably the youngest dude in there. I really was. I was probably the youngest. If I wasn't the youngest, I was close to it. Well, there's about 20 guys in here.
That's a hell of a disconnect.
Right.
If you the youngest guy in there,
right,
and you fought us,
yeah,
there's no way that you connecting with it. Look, we the last generation that didn't have no fucking social media and all that bullshit.
Right.
We had, I was just, dude, you know the motherfucking English book? Yo, literature book was this thick, and then the fucking, you walking home humpback.
No shit.
Because you got all these books, science book, this bag.
You had to get a book bag every year.
Right.
Because you had books in your bag and carry your 2 books.
Right. And your shit would tear up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? From having them books.
Right.
But we the last generation to really experience that.
Mm-hmm.
And, in certain ways, we are disconnected from this social media generation.
But see, here's the thing that I found that discouraged me so much is that they only talked about meeting and raising money.
Yeah, they killed me when they look. When I was in one of those meetings one time, and I just got tired of hearing everybody come up and give their testimony, because I'm like, you know what, this is not Sunday morning. I ain't heard nobody get up and say what we gonna do. Right,
exactly. Like they're like, okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna set up a meeting, and the plan was to approach city council about children violence. That was the plan. But to do that, we need to have, I know they scheduled at least 3 more meetings. And they wanted to put together a war chest. So, I'm serious. This is this meeting. So, how many of you brothers in here can commit to $100 next meeting? Can I get some brothers in here to Bishop Johnson? I know you can commit to $200. I'm sitting here like, what a fucking waste of 2 hours of my life.
Right. Because if you're going to sit here and tell me that, we be a 501c3 and the government can give us money and this and that, and we got to raise. I'm like, first of all, I ain't here for that. I'm here because I raise kids in this community and I give a fuck.
Right.
Number 2, I already got a job. So I'm not looking for the government. You really think, okay, y'all the same ones that sit up here and say that the government is the problem. The government, this is the fist that's punching you in the fucking face, and this is you want a handout from the same fist.
Right.
To do what? Exactly. So I'm like, what happened to the self-determination?
Right.
What happened to that? Did that die?
Well, no. Again, like I said, man, I honestly believe that the 80s was such a good time.
Hell of a time.
That people, I think that's all the people grasp for. That popularity of the 80s. Because see, it was in the 80s that being popular became a thing. That being popular became, that's when we really started looking at stars and going, oh, I want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And see, I think that trend has really fucked up this society. Because now it's not about work. You just want to, like I'm saying, this was just a gathering of old men to sit around and say,
you know what I'm so tired of hearing, man. You know, every time that you hear about one of these young brothers getting gunned down,
mm-hmm.
it's always a fucking aspiring rapper. First of all, I just want to say that most of y'all niggas can't rap anyway. Let me put that out there. Y'all can't even fucking rap. So all that aspiring that you're doing, only thing you're doing is drawing violence towards you. Because whatever your subject matter is, if it's bringing violence to you,
right,
at a gas station,
right,
at the grocery store, at the school,
right,
bruh, that's not rap. That's the shit to get your ass wrapped up and taped off.
right.
That's the rap. That's the only rap you gonna fucking be in, is the rap that's in that goddamn cooler.
Right.
When they pull that draw out and ask your mama, is this him, ma'am?
That's so cold.
But what happened to wanting to be some other shit, bro? What happened to wanting to be a fucking fireman? What happened to wanting to be a goddamn astronaut? What happened to wanting to be a damn a police officer? What happened to wanting to be you know, one of the guys
again, bro, it's this new society we live in, nobody wanna work.
Well, look,
and see, that's the problem. See,
they don't understand that the fucking infrastructure of the country that you live in and enjoy has to be maintained, and that means motherfuckers have to work. The shit don't maintain itself.
But again, I mean, we okay? How can I put this? And I'm really talking about black people here. We understand that the only way this shit move forward is that we have to put forth effort.
Correct.
We got to put in. The thing about black people is we want to make damn sure there are no other options available to us.
I'm guilty, because if it means so I only got to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Shit, run it.
I'm gonna hit this clock, but let me check. But back to the situation with this thing that happened on yesterday. I'm kind of conflicted with it, okay? Because I understand he was coming from a position of frustration. Because like I said, this brother's out here.
But do you know these people personally?
No, I don't know either one of them.
I'm saying, does he know them?
No, he didn't. What happened is like the shit that happened with me a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Some shit hit his timeline, and he responded,
right?
You know, to it. And his response was, "Yeah, I see y'all shining, but what work are you doing?" That's really what he was asking.
Yeah, because
I see y'all motherfuckers. Yeah, y'all dressed to the nine.
Right.
You know, y'all.
Because you can have a program, but you can have not one child in it.
Right.
You can have a program and not have one successful child in it.
You know, it's like when I spoke with a brother from the NOI, and I told him, I said, here's the reason why I don't support y'all. Because I don't see y'all doing shit but asking for my money.
For a newspaper.
Yeah. And he was like, no, we do this and we do that. And I said, until I see it or feel it, why would I give a fuck? If the only way that you can help me is I come be with you, then you ain't helping me.
Right.
You know, and see, I think that's the point that this young brother was trying to make, is that if you are, it's like this. Everybody just went fucking crazy when LeBron James opened his school. Okay, you know, oh, this motherfucker's on the news. They covered it live and shit. Jalen Rose has had a school for, I think, 5 years now.
A 99% success rate.
Right.
I mean, that ain't high or nothing, but I'm just saying, 99%, but see, Jalen Rose don't have no NBA championship.
Most year at his school, 90 to 99% of his students go to college. All of them graduate.
Everybody graduates.
Everybody.
99% of them go on to
Everyone,
higher education.
Then he got 2 charter schools. But see, we don't talk about that shit. You know.
Everybody talking about flea didn't.
Damn. You know, because there's no hype on it. And like I'm saying, I get my brother's position when he was like, where's your work? And then everything that these people was talking about, I was laughing at it. Because it's like, well, there's lawyers and they helped my brother with this and they helped this person with this and when my husband was in trouble, they took a phone call.
Were they trying to prove the work? Were they trying to answer the question? That was the
They were saying that this man did not have a right to make the statement he made about this law firm because he didn't know what work they did. And I'm sitting here laughing at them because I'm saying the shit that y'all talking about is their job. What he's not talking about his job. Right. I mean, my 9 to 5 don't have shit to do with Spike Hill Production.
Right. I mean, that's how you feed yourself.
Right.
And if you are a benefactor from any of these programs that you started, which enables you to be dressed to the nines and go and take all these fucking pictures, then yeah, you really not doing the fucking work that you think you're doing. You're doing it on paper.
Right. So when I hear
Cowboys on paper.
When I hear a law firm says that they help black people with the law, that's not community.
Okay, so you help black folks with the law, so I should be able to call you just because I'm black. I should have your number.
Right.
Just in case I get pulled over. That number should be on every fucking billboard in every part of town where black folks are.
No. So because see, that's still your job. See, like I say about black banks.
That's your job, but
like no, it's like I said about black banks. Don't ask me to support a black bank until black banks start doing short-term loans. And what I mean by that is that you gonna give this mother $200 to pay her damn light bill,
right?
Or you gonna give this man $50 fucking so he can get to work the next week. You know, you show me a black bank doing shit like that. Oh, I'll throw every goddamn dime I got in there. Right. But just because you black and you operating as a bank, you're not helping the community.
Right.
You're just doing your damn job.
You probably sucking the blood out of the community.
Right.
Now, if you're a black bank and you are owned by the church, my fucking hats off to you.
So
y'all pulled that one off.
That's a double whammy.
That's like you know, what's this church down here off of Normandy that's got the restaurant?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm like, man, you couldn't have thought of a better fucking idea.
As far as the business is great.
Right.
As far as the business is great. I think they do have a school. I don't know what the rate is in the school. But again,
I think it's cool because if you can have, you know, a community center that can service you, you know, nutritionally, education, spiritual, then
but bro, if your idea of helping black people
serving them fried chicken
is getting money from them, you're not fucking helping.
If you are a black owned business and you are selling chicken wings, you can help me. you can help me. You can help us. We eat chicken wings. We will fuck with you until we figure out that you can't cook.
But you don't consider that having a fucking community. And see, I think this is what this young man was saying.
But see, it depends on your perspective though, because I feel like the guy that sells marijuana, the guy that sells loud, he's a community advocate. You know, you don't need to lock him up. He's not doing. But see, you'll lock him up, but you'll let the pharmaceutical companies come set up all these fucking pharmacies along
because
the way
they pay taxes
and sell. Okay, but the dope boy, he pay taxes too.
Not on the dope.
He get taxed. They pass that motherfucking fee right on us. You know what I'm saying? So, I know good goddamn well. These motherfuckers getting taxed. Y'all niggas come out with a different strain every week. And I'm like, wait a minute. Motherfucker, you just had Girl Scout cookie. Now you got butterscotch Girl Scout cookies. I can't beat y'all with the gingerbread shit and all. Man, just look.
No, man, and again, this is what I'm saying. This is the question that I'm asking. Now again, like I said that night, I get his frustration, and I'm not saying that he went about the message that he wanted to put out there the right way, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with the damn message. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all, because I've been saying shit by Oprah ever since her fucking network called Tyler Perry. I'd have had more respect for Oprah if she'd have let her shit go under.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that we don't know the extent that these people go through to hide their philanthropist efforts.
And again, if you don't show it, this man is right. If and they were like, well, why don't you talk to them and see what the hell they doing? Again, if I gotta come to you to see your fucking work to benefit me, you ain't benefiting me.
No, not really.
That's what I'm saying. See, and this is the point that this gentleman was making. He was like, I see y'all are dressed to the nine, y'all looking all proud and beautiful black people, but where's the work? And I don't disagree with the argument at any point. Like I said about somebody put this picture up of LeBron James with a T-shirt on, talking about one of the most socially active athletes in history. I said, why? Because he put on a T-shirt? Where's the fucking work?
He's an athlete in the social media area.
What he put on? They're like, oh, LeBron is one of the most positive political. He put on a fucking T-shirt and he tweeted. Like I told these people about the damn Clippers.
That's activism.
That ain't shit.
That's activism. In 2019, that's activism.
Bro, that ain't shit.
To wear a fucking T-shirt and to put a post on social media, yes, that is activism. This is your political platform right here. This is what the fuck I stand for. Right here on my shirt. This is me. I don't have to say that I'm Democrat or I'm Republican or I'm independent or I'm grassroots or I'm green or whatever the fuck title you want to put on me. But whatever I say, yep, this is my platform and this is my politics.
But what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I don't actually have to do anything. I can just wear this shirt. I spent the $22.99 for this shirt, and that went to the movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. That's how we become or we remain politically active. We support shit like that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That's what's wrong with this, man. Is that, like, again, I cannot sit here and completely agree with his message, the way he put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ain't gonna lie, it I'm not gonna say it felt like an attack, which is what people are saying. But
well, I mean, if you don't know what the fuck somebody did, first of all, who are you to speak on some shit that you don't have any knowledge of? Because you can't make blanket accusations about, somebody's worth and the work that they put in when you don't really know these people or the work that they put in.
Bullshit, bro. When you put it on social media, see how I keep telling people, it's social media. So when you put shit out there, you don't get to dictate what come back.
Oh no.
So when they put this picture up here, and we're proud and we're going to this gala and this June 14th celebration, look at us.
I want to know what the fuck you did too. Like, why y'all niggas dressed up? But y'all went to the Man 2000 store, got you some galas, got you some Stacey Adams, y'all clean and shit. What y'all did though?
Right.
So y'all opened the playground? Really, nigga? See, that's I'm not. I've seen the rec centers get open for the kids, and then in 18 months, the rec center is hot in the motherfucker because y'all got these niggas up here selling this shit around the goddamn rec center.
Right.
Or somebody that got shot behind the rec center. You know, so I'm not. Look, I understand we need programs, but we need to be able to have, I guess, recreational centers that do more than have a basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to be able to have outreach programs for these kids to come in and be able to, you know, if they need tutoring, if they, you know, because some kids are weak in math, some kids are weak in science, and we need people to come in and say, hey, look, let me help you.
Right.
This ain't gonna cost you anything. It's not gonna cost the parents anything.
Right.
I definitely think that's a need.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, when you tell a child or a parent that their child can't learn, you're already setting that child up for a whole different type of failure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, yeah, if we're going to champion somebody, I want to see that you have done something like that, because again, it's all about perspective.
Right.
You know, I don't have to know everything that you've done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you got to be able to done something.
You got to be able to have done something. Because a 5-minute conversation will give you a very good idea whether or not this person has actually done this shit before or not. Right. Or if you just trying to fake it till you make it.
Uh-huh.
And that's a lot of them. They try to fake it till they make it. Their intentions may be good in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I think the most of them, like you said, they don't want to work. So they'll try to find, this is a way out of actually having to do the work.
Right. Well, like I'm saying, and back to the question of who's responsible for whom, I see it both ways. Like, I see his position. Because, as I'm telling you, this dude is out here. And this motherfucker's out here. He's in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I get it when he's sitting here scratching and struggling every day. You know. And like I'm saying about this whole shit with Oprah. I know the history. I can show you what Oprah have done. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to ask you, why the fuck are you celebrating? You know, and so I get that position with him. But on the same token, I also get where they was coming from. Like they said, this was not our event. We was invited to the event. Mm-hmm. It was a black event. We paid for our table at the event. Right. You know, but the man had a legitimate thing. If you're going to put yourself out there like we doing this, motherfucker have a right to ask,
what the fuck is you doing? Exactly.
What are you doing?
Because we ain't seeing what you do.
Right. Especially if we don't see it.
Right.
You know, and then like again, the comments that came back was funny as fuck. Well, they employ a lot of black lawyers. They're a black law firm.
They should employ black lawyers. Where to go, black people?
They helped us with our case.
You took the case to them, or they came to you and asked you for your case?
They're lawyers.
That's what they do, take cases.
Right, you know.
I mean, it's not even a case until the lawyer takes it.
Right.
There's no case.
Like I keep telling people, I don't need the mentorship program in Spike Hill Production. We don't have to have it. We're creative brothers. Right. We can put our shit together. We don't have to be on our own damn independent stream. There's iTunes. There's plenty of shit out here. Blog Talk Radio, Spreaker. There's plenty of places we could have done this shit, and it just been our thing.
Right.
You know, but as people, as members of our community, I felt because I didn't get here by myself. It's only right for me to reach back and help somebody else. And the people that helped me didn't charge me shit. So I'm not going to sit here and charge nobody else. And I'm not going to look at your resume and say you can only come in here if you've been in film school. How the fuck am I benefiting? Like I said about the T.I. damn reality show. This hustle shit that he did. Grand hustle shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every motherfucking body that you brought on the show was either a college graduate or a small business owner. And you gave them a 6-figure job.
I mean,
what
I can't give little pistol starter. I can't give this nigga a 6-figure job.
Why not?
Number one,
but see, if you give, listen,
I can't. If I have to cultivate the culture, you know, a mental culture has to be cultivated in a person in order for them to be successful at anything.
Right.
Because they have to have the discipline and the mental fortitude in order to focus on the goal.
Right.
If they don't, if they're not goal oriented, you know, if money
until and you say this to me, until they see an attainable goal,
right,
they're not going to move that direction. And then when they see T.I., who's supposed to be one of us, and the only motherfucker you helping is one of them.
Well, I ain't necessarily one of them because all these people they're from our community. No matter how.
There's a big difference between a thug and a college graduate.
So what?
That's what I'm saying. See,
I was both.
Right.
Well, I ain't graduated though. So I'm college. I was a thug and a college dropout. So,
but I'm saying there's a major difference between the two.
No doubt.
And
you don't want me as a thug running shit.
It is not about you as a thug. It's about taking a thug mentality and showing them you don't have to keep that mentality. See, this show only showed that, yeah, if you go through that shit, then this is what's at the end of it. But the thing is about, like, again, like with what we do, there's a real reason why I don't ask your fucking background. Because I don't give a fuck about your background. What I care about is where you trying to go.
Right.
You know, if you're trying to move forward, even if you don't know whether or not you want to do fucking radio, let me at least let you into this world and show you there's an option. There's more to this shit than the street. You know, I can't tell you the number of times somebody came up to me and said shit like, man, like I was just talking to a guy today. If you look at him and, you know, you really wouldn't think much of him. You think typical black guy, you know. But we had a 15, 20-minute conversation about him writing scripts and selling scripts.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't ask him, well, you know, I didn't tell him, no, you got to go to this school and then you got to go get this book and read the proper intent of how to do a script. And then you come back to me and you take my workshop for $225. No, I ain't doing none of that shit. I just explained to him what he needed to do to get to that goal. Yeah. And see, this is what I'm saying, is that the difference between these people that was dressed in the 9 and but like after we got to show them shit, like I said, I didn't give anybody permission to bring this on the air, so that's why I'm not showing no name, but I'm gonna show you the shit. And you see this brother's working. He's out there. You know, and I'm not saying these people aren't out there. I'm saying
he's saying basically, but I'm out here.
Right.
Where the fuck you at?
Right.
Where the fuck was you at last Saturday when you was over here doing this? Because that was big too. Where the fuck was you at 2 Sundays ago?
Right.
You was over here doing this.
Right.
I ain't see y'all then. Where the fuck was you at last month when, you know, we had the thing over there at the church?
Right.
I didn't see y'all then.
Right.
So I just want to know, you know, that's just 3 things in the last couple weeks.
And again, remember,
y'all doing shit.
He didn't put this picture up.
Right.
It came off his timeline. So they posted this shit. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And see, that's again is a thing. Like, I don't brag about the shit that we do. You know, because it's not for me to brag about it. When I see somebody, like, I'm always looking. When I see somebody and I'm like, they borderline, I go to them and say, no, what are you doing with your life? What are you trying to get to?
Yeah, I don't know how many times you asked me that. But I don't know, bro. I'm just I'm in between lifetimes right now. So I don't know what the fuck.
You know, and then I will present an opportunity to them. You know, because no, I ain't gonna lie, this shit ain't for everybody. We've learned that the hard way. Like I said in my post, bro. Listen, I don't put in many dollars, and thousands of hours into people, and it was all wasted.
But sitting back, doing this, you'll never be in the fucking streets. That's why I don't understand how these motherfuckers be still selling dope and they be rappers. Cause like,
cause they ain't rappers.
You can't be.
Right.
You really are what you say. You ain't no rapper. You a trapper that know how to rap.
Right.
Because ain't no way that you was in here dedicated to your craft.
Exactly.
And you make better music. Number one. Number two, you wouldn't have fucking time to be in the streets.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
You wouldn't have time. The only thing you would have time to do would be to make hits, like Kanye's first album. Like the whole fucking album was like, where this nigga come from, man? This right here is what this what the fuck you supposed to be about.
Right.
Then by the third album, you're like, oh.
I keep saying, man, somebody need to hypnotize Kanye and make him think he broke.
Yeah.
Like
he was drug dealing just to get by, and then now he, no one man should have all this power.
Right.
So we have to pray for Kanye, I guess.
But again, that's exactly the point that you're making. It's right. you can tell who's in this shit by the work that they do.
Right.
And as I'm saying about this brother, as somebody that's listen, I care about my community. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing what I can based on the resources that I have.
Right.
Okay. This is a frontline brother. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Jacksonville. So if he's asking the question, I have to feel
you have to respect the fact of looking at the person that's asking.
Right.
You can't negate or minimize the stature of the person that's asking the question. This is not a random guy that's from
right. This ain't no
Mississippi.
This ain't no trolling shit. Like several people actually said, "Oh man, I can't believe you come at them like that, man, brother. You wrong for this." I was like, "No, how's he wrong?"
Sometimes you have to call people. Look, I called a brother out. He was a city councilman, a guy I know, and he had some very disparaging things to say about a young man. The young man decided to exercise his constitutional right to express himself freely, and he wanted to step on an American flag.
Right.
Now, whether or not I agree is beside the point. The point is that he has the right, according to the Constitution, that we are all acquiescing to.
Right.
He has that right. He didn't take somebody else's flags and do it.
Right.
They were owned by him.
Right.
So this black city councilman, during the witch hunt, well, they had not a witch hunt, it was more of a manhunt.
Right.
They had a whole manhunt for this young brother. And this motherfucker says he should just, come in and, I would, if he could just come in to me, I'd bring him in myself. And I'm like, okay. And I don't usually go in on people. I go in your inbox. When I was on Facebook,
right,
I'd rather go in your inbox. But this motherfucker was out here like, you represent us? No. This is what the fuck you ain't finna do. You ain't finna stand out here and act like you represent me. Like
right.
You speak for me.
Right.
Now, with this fuck shit that just came out your mouth,
right,
you'll bring him in? The fuck you will, nigga.
Right.
You'll be on the motherfucking run with him before you bring him in. The hell you talking about, bruh? You gonna bring him, you gonna go fetch him for master?
Right.
That's what we saying? That's what you gonna do?
Right.
No. See, you don't have the stature. You don't have the weight. You ain't got the fortitude to ask no question like that.
Right.
You ain't that guy. But if this guy is as you say he is,
mm-hmm,
he's got the track record. He's got the fortitude. He's got the history.
mm-hmm,
to ask the question. Maybe the question need to be asked, because even though that brother that I lit up like that, he jumped right in my inbox. Hey man, you could have, we known each other for years, man. You could have just, hit me up.
But you put that shit out in public.
I said, then that's exactly what I said. I said, you are the one that went out in public, in the public forum,
right, and
said how you think you can help alleviate this situation by turning this brother over to these crackers that want to kill him for stepping on a fucking flag. But you ain't gonna say a goddamn thing when these crackers gonna march the Klan right down this same fucking street
Right.
You got nothing to say about that.
Right.
You gonna grab the first motherfucking rifle about that.
Right.
But you gonna bring the brother in.
Right.
Man, I'm like, boy, if you don't go with that fuckboy shit, I'm like, bro, you know me. I ain't got nothing but goddamn raw, pure, uncut for your ass.
So let's get back to the question. So, at what point, and to what degree, are we responsible for the community? And when I say this, I mean successful people. Now, like again, you know more than anybody what the hell it takes. I mean, you just know what happened today. Just to keep this shit going. But I still feel obligated to be there. Like I just met somebody through this whole conversation. I'm meeting with them next week about teaching their kids how to get on the radio. Man, we were just talking about starting a show with somebody in Orlando. I mean, we are doing what we can, even though we are far from what we would consider successful. So, at what point or at what level do individuals become responsible? And who is that they're responsible for? From a motherfucker as high as Obama, because I'm tired of this motherfucker showing up and just people clapping. I'm like, bruh, okay, look, either take the ex-president route or get the fucking work.
Yeah.
I'm
you can't just be showing up.
You see that?
You can't show up and do that. And
look, bro. Either take the ex-president route, right. Go do the book tours and all that shit. But
sit your ass down somebody.
Right, or come do some work. I mean, you can't be the president of the United States. I get that. What about the NAACP? What about the Urban League? I mean, there's plenty of motherfucking places you can run shit.
Yeah, that you can help. You can make a difference. And I think that's what the dynamic has to be, man. It has to be, what's going to make the most impact.
Right.
And where. You can't look at everything from, a macrocosm where everything is all inclusive because this whole area needs this. There may be a very specific need, in an area. And I think, just being able to recognize that specific need and cater to that need is really essentially where it starts.
Right.
Because no matter how big we want to be, how the greater the undertaking, the greater the burden.
Right.
As well. And it's usually, you only got one or two people that are really serious, that are really dedicated. And then everybody else is just kind of like, we'll wait and see what happens. And then we'll show up if it's good. And if it's not, y'all call us. Because we ain't want to waste our gas. Some shit like that.
Like those scheduled protests. we ain't going to Target Thursday and Friday.
Right.
But we can shop Sunday, right? Yeah, we can shop Sunday.
Right, we can shop on Sunday. Don't worry about it. Just make sure, you bring your own bag. We reduce our carbon footprint.
That was so fucking funny to me, boy. Okay, but all right. So, and that, let me ask another question to you. If you did not become successful on the backs of black people, and I'm speaking about black people, are you obligated to help your community? Like, could this law firm have just simply said, look, we lawyers. We ain't never told y'all motherfucker that we were forerunners in the news movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard NFL players say, I'm not a black guy, say, I'm not against what Colin did. I'm just not about that. It was my dream to play football. It was my dream to take care of my family. And that's what I'm doing. Now, a lot of motherfuckers get hated on for that. But
I can't do nothing but respect that because every fight ain't my fight.
Right.
And every passion ain't my passion. So even though I can be from a community or I can be from a demographic, but that doesn't mean that we share the same passion because we're not a monolith. We
Right.
don't all think the same shit. So it may be something that touched him personally that set him on a path of, this is maybe some kind of redemption for him. We don't really know.
Right.
We don't really know what made him, continue on this path when he could have easily been like, you know what, all right, y'all right, whatever. I'll stand. Fuck it.
Right.
He could have easily said that, and all of this shit goes away,
right.
and it's never a fucking a thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. He was like, oh, y'all don't like this? What did I say? You find out what the fuck they don't like, and you do the fuck out of it.
Right.
So that's exactly what he did.
Right.
And it was like, oh, well, this is why I'm doing it.
Uh-huh.
Service member told me to do this.
Uh-huh.
Because I was just sitting down.
Right.
But this man, who told me that this is how he honors his fallen brothers.
Right.
The ones that fought for this country.
Right.
For the freedom and all the rights that we enjoy and all that good, that whole spiel that they give you.
Right.
So if it's good enough for him and his comrades, it should be good enough for me to honor my fallen comrades.
Uh-huh.
And y'all don't have a problem with me, but how come you don't have a problem with the one that's pulling the trigger?
Right.
On these people that don't deserve it. Now, on some of the ones that, that y'all resisted arrest or whatever, you want to go to jail, you want to go home. Is that asked y'all in the movie? The nigga only got one Oscar for it, but do you want to go to jail or do you want to go home?
Right.
All I want to do is go home. I can make bond.
Right.
Even if it's going to take me 30 days.
Right.
It might take me 6 months.
Right. But you coming home.
I can come home, though, at some point.
Right. Depending
on the severity of what I did. Now, sometimes you might just need to go ahead and go all the way out like a G. Because, you don't went too far. So, ain't no point. And you wasting taxpayers' money. Trying to,
Say, the outcome is.
You already know you finna do at least an elbow or two.
Right.
Or whatever the fuck you did. Man, go ahead and swing on the police when they get there. Especially if you done killed your own a brother, somebody that's close to you.
Right.
When the white cop show up, shoot him too. The fuck? You gonna perpetuate all of this violence on your own folks?
Right.
And then when the cops show up,
your hands up. Hate, right.
The ones you really hate,
right.
Your real enemy show up.
Right. Your hands up.
Hands up, don't shoot. I give up. Hands up, don't shoot.
Right.
I ain't got no more buck. Where the deuces at? Let me cop them all. I want to cop all the deuces.
Right, right.
Y'all got left. I mean, to me, that's just that's punk shit.
Okay, all right. So let's take out those that have laid down the claim. I ain't trying to be in that fight, and we ain't gonna shit on them. That's like we said. That's your individual preference. Right. That's your right. Okay. So now let's look at these people again. Now, again, I'm not saying Oprah has ever stood up and said, I'm a champion for black folks. What I am saying is, bitch, don't accept the accolade if you know it ain't true.
Yeah, you need to be more gracious and say, I appreciate this. I thank you, but
that ain't.
Let me tell you who's really doing some work.
See,
this person, blah,
right.
blah, 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 blah. She's done this. She's done that in her community. This is the person that deserves this kind of accolade. We need to galvanize behind her.
Right.
Give her whatever she needs because she's over here making a difference.
Right.
I'm going to make my money regardless.
Right.
But people that have ideas that are going to make a better place, a better learning environment for our kids, we need to get behind them. We don't need to get behind a motherfucker that's already got every goddamn thing.
So you saying we should reflect those places, those praises, to people that actually deserve them?
Just an idea. I mean, it's fucking far-fetched as it.
I love it. I love it.
It's the sound,
I love it because there's a lot of motherfuckers I see and people are like, oh man, yeah, he's just killing it. And I'm like, no, he's just working. He's just doing his job. That's what he get paid to do. So that I really love that idea. Okay, all right. So let's bring it down to the local level. You are a successful black business owner,
Mm-hmm.
and you have not stated, you haven't made that claim that I'm just trying to make my money. Who are you responsible for when it comes to the community? Because again, see the two. All right, let me say this without, because I don't want to come off as being negative toward this law firm, because I'm not.
What's your function in the community, though? That's the whole thing. What's your function there? If you are functioning as a church or a restaurant or something that, do you offer goods and services?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Community? If all you doing is business, you're not a champion for the fucking community. You're a business owner.
Right. Because you're offering goods and services.
Right.
All of which need to be paid for, or you need to be paid for them.
Right. Like some dumbass actually said to me, because again, I wanted to qualify my position before I made the statement that I made. So I told him, I said, look, I run this production company and we teach film, television, and radio free of charge to anybody. And some ignorant motherfucker had the nerve to say to me, well, I don't think you should be doing that for free. What we need in the black community is money. And so you need to be making money and charging people. And that's why I said, you know what? You completely missing the fucking point.
And you're a fucking retard. Because how the fuck? Okay. Okay, so it makes perfect sense if we had a printing press over here too. Stupid motherfucker. But we don't have a printing press to print no money. Right. So that means that you don't just acquire money out of thin air. It ain't just gonna magically appear. You gotta put some effort in to get it. And if acquiring a skill means this is the avenue to which you take to acquiring more money, I'm just really confused on why you need to be charging them money up front.
Right.
Like to learn the skill. That's like when you teaching a person how to fish, so you don't have to share your fish with them.
Right.
You gonna make me buy your fish and put your fish on the end of my line?
No. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna teach you how to fish, and I'm gonna charge you for my rod, my line, my bait, and then your rod, your line.
You might well just put the fish on the hook and drop it in the water, and then tell me that I just caught it.
Right.
And put it in the bucket.
Right.
And make me pay you
for
that.
Right.
So I can legitimately say I paid for all this.
Right.
And nobody gave me nothing for free. Is that the mantra? Is that what we really want? Is for to be able to say, "Oh, nobody never gave me nothing for free."
Well,
I did all this on my own.
I already said that's one of the dumbest damn memes running around Facebook today. That shit where I'd rather, it's a woman thing that says I'd rather struggle than have a man say that I couldn't have did this without him. I like, that got to be ranked as one of the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I don't want a woman that's so independent to where she becomes stupid. Y'all already took up that women's suffrage movement, which was not even y'all fight. That was white women fight. But I digress. I'm not even going. Steve Harvey, stupid ass, want your woman to think like a man. And that is the most retarded shit. Like, nigga, you got like 6 failed marriages, bro. You the last motherfucker be giving advice telling a woman to think like a dude.
All right, so we got to wrap this up, man. So the question, who's responsible for who? All right, now, again, we've established that if you have made it clear cut, listen.
We are responsible for our communities. If we want...
We can't... that's too blanket of a statement.
No, but I'm saying, those of us who can galvanize people, galvanize efforts, and who can exact change in our communities, we are responsible, because if the communities are to ever change or to flourish or to get better, they're not going to get better by us trying to wish away these problems.
Right, right.
We have to be proactive in, addressing whatever the needs are in that area. The basic needs has to be addressed, and once the basic needs become addressed, then we go on to the secondary needs, which are, basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter. Once that's addressed, then we can address the mental health. We can address the spiritual health. We can address the hygiene. All of these things that, go into giving a person some type of perspective and some type of self-respect and some self-esteem, so they want to do better.
Right.
We gotta, encourage people to want to see themselves do better, and not lip service them to death. You gotta be able. I mean, there are, no doubt, resources are needed. In order to make change, resources are needed.
But as a successful person, are you responsible for your community? If you did not become successful through your community. Like again,
my community, my community is that's very. This is a tribal. It's more of a tribal thing to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I say to my community, I'm not looking around at people that live in the neighborhood that don't look like me and think that we share the same plight, or we have, we come from the same place.
Right.
My community are those who are like-minded, or may not be like-minded. I mean, we've all got issues that I think that, make us imperfect, but I think that can create some cohesion if we all have perspective.
Right.
Then with the right perspective, yeah, we are responsible. Those of us who ain't with the bullshit, we fucking responsible. Because you got a responsibility to tell the truth. Right. You got a responsibility to be blunt and honest. You got a responsibility to be, objective, but then very subjective when, you have to put a person in their place.
Right.
You have the responsibility not to be on the fucking fence about shit. You got to be one way. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't be this way today and tomorrow you're like, well, I think I do like white women. After all. But now, hold on, brother. You was just at damn Khalid Muhammad a little while ago, and now all of a sudden. And see, these are the type of people but these are people that lose the credibility of the people. Right. Now the people don't have no faith in you because you was out here pump faking the whole time. Right, right. And that's how we get bruised, and now there is no community because of that. We done seen you out here fake it too. You gonna finally take the shot, and it's like, wait a minute.
Well, let me say this in my closing. I'm gonna say this. I don't have a problem with anybody calling out anybody that's on the damn platform. Again, this all started with a picture that was posted. And it was a picture that was posted. Now, I didn't see the original post. But to me, from the context, what I got from it is that it was posted in a look at us out here doing our thing on Juneteenth type deal, And from that, I get this young man's position. Now, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with straightforward questions.
Me either.
I don't think a damn thing wrong with it.
If you are uncomfortable,
right,
by a straightforward question, if that made you feel some type of way,
right.
I mean, whether I meant any disrespect or not, people got a right to know, what exactly are we praising for?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So who's responsible for who? I'm going to say, I think I'm like you, bro. We all have to be responsible for each other. But you have to, my thing is, I'm only going to talk shit about those people that stand on that platform. If you over there doing your own damn thing, I'll give you an example. I haven't seen Russell Wilson say shit political. So I don't look at him and go, "You don't support your community."
Right. That's the shit
right.
that I
I look at him and go, that's a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
And he married to Sierra.
That's it.
That's it. That's as far as it go. I do not want to see him in a fucking leather dashiki. And no,
I'm not. What I'm saying is, I don't. If he decides to do that, that's cool. But I'm not demanding that of him because he's Russell Wilson.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just because he's black that don't automatically mean that you want to be Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
That you just you're a guy to play football. This is what you do for a living.
Right. But now a motherfucker like LeBron, who's on several occasions have accepted this position as, yes, I'm, active in my community. Yeah, motherfucker, you gotta do more than put on a t-shirt.
Well, he does.
You gotta in your position, you gotta do a hell of a lot more.
Right.
Than put on a t-shirt.
Right. You gotta be, and I think that's what they have realized over the last couple of years with LeBron. Like, okay, you need more visibility out here in the communities that you claim and that you representing, because you representing on this court for these owners.
Right.
You saying on social media that you rep the hood and you wearing all these t-shirts or whatever, but we need to see some action.
Right.
So you need to set some money aside. We start some shit in your name and we'll let you know how it goes.
All right. And on that note, we got to get out of here. Again, we want to apologize for the technical difficulties earlier today. This show, there's a lot of announcement that was supposed to be made tonight, but we wasn't able to get to that because we started so late. But again, on behalf of Terrence and myself, please remember to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend until a friend tell you about Raia Radio and Just Kicking It. This is Ramsey. Oh man, y'all be sure and tune in next week for these announcements, man. We finna hit y'all ass with some shit, boy. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all be good.
I'm back.